was just gonna be a prank. Disappointed.
I've got all night to play your dumb games. You can't truly get rid of me.
I'm a party fox! I just want to perform again.
Hope to play again sometime!
I pull the strings now. Unfortunately, I had to cut yours.
Wow! You have great eyesight!
Arts and crafts is my speciality, not safety.